You're listening to The Road to a New You, a Fox News fixer-upper. Once again, your host, Tanya J. Powers.
Warren Honeycutt is no stranger to living a fit and healthy lifestyle. A 6-time Mr. America finalist and author of the book Get Lean for Life, he's been coaching and inspiring others on nutrition and exercise for the last 40 years.
Typically, our conventional thought is, well, I'll go ahead and I'll go through all the treats and I'll enjoy myself, and then all of a sudden it's January 1, again, we want to go into the new year with a New Year's resolution, and regardless of what survey is taken, the number one resolution in America especially is, this year, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to get in shape, and I mean it.
He stresses that everyone wanting to get on the road to fit living and good health needs a paradigm shift from where they are now to where they want to be. As Warren mentioned, findings suggest that most people that make a New Year's resolution usually don't stick to it. We're all guilty of it. This year, it'll be different, we all say, but not long into January, whatever it is we're trying to kick or improve on, we fall off the wagon. Honeycutt suggests if you're going to do a New Year's resolution, start it before the holidays even begin and stick with it, keeping your eyes on the prize.
And what I really encourage people to do is, if you're going to do a New Year's resolution, it's close enough right before Thanksgiving and the holidays to do it then. And take that commitment and apply it before you gain that 4, 5, 10 pounds, whatever it may be that you typically gain in all of those meals with, everything from eggnog to pecan pie to, pumpkin pie, you name it, and we eat it.
Not a lot of people take into account the calories they ingest around the holidays. But as Honeycutt points out,
like Johnny Carson said, fruitcake is the worst gift you can give, because there's only one piece in the world and everybody just keeps passing it around. Not to spoil the holidays totally for anybody that enjoys it. And, it's something a lot of people do eat, kidding aside. But a 5-ounce serving of a typical fruitcake is 500 calories. And 5 ounces is not a lot of food.
Honeycutt says the secret is understanding the fact that conventional wisdom will not get you there.
If you've done something for 20 years, and every year it's the same thing over, holidays, weight gain, on top of the gain that we wanted to lose in May for the summer season, right? What is going to change this year besides that mental willpower of this? I mean it this year. I'm not kidding.
The problem, as he sees it,
we pit willpower against our habits, which are bad as a rule, with 34% of us in America being obese, another 33% overweight. We do have an issue and a situation, and I encourage people to do it for themselves, for their families, and to be able to get to a point in health and weight management that they live with abundance, energy, enthusiasm, and passion. To me, that's what life is about. And you can't do it if we're not taking care of our body, because if you don't feel well, you don't feel like living with exuberance.
The biggest issue upon making a commitment to get healthy is follow through, and people don't even realize it, according to Honeycutt. And it's not just talk. The 62-year-old practices what he preaches. He has about 6% body fat.
Now, that's no big deal, except that I'm not Superman. And anybody that applies good common sense principles can not only be motivated, but stay motivated, put their weight loss on autopilot, and keep it off for the rest of their lives.
How do we do that?
Rethinking how we need to think about ourselves, our health, our food, and our activity levels. And we really want to take care of our body because it's the only place we're ever going to have to live. And when we start changing our mind, and nutrition and fitness is vital. Exercise is king, nutrition is queen. Put them together, you have a great kingdom called life. But at the core of that is how we think. And we want to start changing our mind to being such that, okay, I know these rich foods are not good for me. And rather than denying yourself, study a little about nutrition and realize mangoes, fruit, and so on are not only good for you, but they're delicious. And you don't have to deny yourself if you come to the conclusion, I'm going to substitute some foods that I love equally as well as that pecan pie or cake and ice cream. And I won't be denied, but I'll be doing a good thing for my body, a good thing for myself. And rather than looking at ourselves as being out of shape and overweight and fat, we begin to see ourselves as our dream body would be. Once you get that in your mind, especially on a subconscious level, everything is easy.
But most of us miss when it comes to nutrition and fitness.
We go into it thinking, I've never been able to do it, probably won't be able to do it now, but I made a commitment, and okay, I'm going to not eat that ice cream tonight. Tomorrow night, they're facing the same temptation. Sooner or later, those bad habits and the focus on what you're not wanting becomes your lifestyle, a habit, and that's why we continue on this merry-go-round in the cycle. If you lose 10 pounds, then we gain 12.
According to Honeycutt, this paradigm shift is vital.
When we get that mindset, and it's not hard to do, the thing is we do it every day, we're just not conscious of doing it. But when we do it consciously with weight control, food, nutrition, and fitness activity, and we look at where we want to be, then all those pieces start falling in place. And without that motivation, we're kidding ourselves.
Usually operating with the conventional wisdom mentioned earlier.
And we go on, and to me, it's a four-letter word. I don't like to use it because to me, it needs to be removed from our vocabulary totally. We go on a diet. Good grief, please, please, please don't go on a diet. Look at some substitutions that are easy to live with, and you'll be amazed at how quick the pounds fall off, how much better you begin to feel, how much better you begin to look, and bottom line, how much better you begin to live this thing called life.
Honeycutt was overweight as a teen, but he fought off the fat, learning many things along the way. Now he wants to share what he learned with others on their road to health and nutrition. He wrote a book, Get Fit for Life, and started a website, getlean.guru.
And I put together 7 principles that served me very, very well now for 40 years. I lost the weight. I've been lean ever since I was 18 years old now. And that Get Lean for Life is my thoughts expanded on what we're doing right here, on how to methodically go through that paradigm shift. And a paradigm shift is simply a matter of changing the way we think. Once that's done, it's in our subconscious level, and it becomes as automatic as driving a car, texting on your phone, or riding a bike. And I did this because people always ask me, and for years they told me you need to write a book. I wrote a book, and that's what Get Lean for Life is. And getlean.guru is where it can be found, as well as a full fitness, nutrition, profiling. That's what I do. It's who I am, and I love helping people.
And for those of us working class stiffs who find it a burden to get home from work after a long day and have to figure out what to cook that's delicious and nutritious, Warren recommends
pre-plan the day and the week with healthy food choices. And there's a ton of healthy food choices out there. And you can eat, when you eat the right foods, you honestly can eat more quantity than what you had been eating when it wasn't good. You're filled, you feel good, you don't have the highs and the lows that come with, the junk food, and you're able to live.
And when you eat the right foods,
you get filled, and you don't, number one, overeat, and you don't either in an hour or two get hungry again. And this is one of the tips that I really stress hard. And I'll say this, I would love to meet the guy that sold us as a culture on 3 meals a day as the way to go for eats. He was a great salesman. Our bodies are actually designed to eat every 2 or 3 hours. And when you do that, you keep your blood glucose and your blood sugars on an even plane, especially if you're not eating high glycemic carbohydrates. And then when you get hungry again, you fill yourself with complete proteins, complex carbohydrates, good carbohydrates, and non-saturated fats, things like salmon, tuna, mahi-mahi. Fishes are wonderful foods, and even lean meats are great.
Eat well, be well is the moral to the story. But as we finished our talk with Warren Honeycutt, he leaves us with this.
Winston Churchill, who was a pretty smart guy, said, "The greatest asset any nation has is the health of its citizens." And when you think about that, it makes a great deal of common sense. Because without health, we don't have hope. We don't have hope, we don't have anything.
From food to fitness. Up next, we talk to the trainer to the stars. From Ryan Reynolds to Scarlett Johansson, all the way to Ryan Gosling. And that's just scratching the surface. Stay with us for more of The Road to a New You on Fox News.